Welcome CB family. We hope you're excited about the 378 games, excited as we are. Lots of things to cover in this video, and we're going to try to cram as much as possible into a very short window. But some things we want to start with is just a big thank you to all of our team here at CB Family that's coming to help with the event, especially our judges that have signed up to come help us with equipment, judging for the day. Really appreciative for you guys taking the time out and coming and enjoying the event with us. For athletes, this video is going to serve as your briefing for the competition. So if you have any questions, this will be the platform that we want you to definitely get those questions in the comments, and we're going to stay close to that to make sure everyone feels comfortable, knows where to go on the first day, all that good stuff about your workouts to come. What this workout is not is a standards video. So standards are to follow. So we'll wait a little while to make sure we really get that as close to perfect as possible that we can, where you're going to get individual videos for workouts to come after that.
I think next we go into specifics of workout one, which will take place at Anderson County High School track and field. We're going to kick the event off there. When you leave the field the morning of the competition, you will essentially have 3 scores. So it's one big workout. You'll take the field one time, but you'll have 2 different windows. The first window will have 2 scores, and then the second window will have 1 score. So I guess we'll go right into the first event.
Yeah, absolutely.
What that looks like. And you guys will get a video on this, but I just want to kind of walk through nice and slow of how this workout's gonna roll. Kind of like a whiteboard brief that you get in class. This is kind of the same thing as what I'm picturing here. So you guys all know the workout. The first window is gonna be a 16-minute time window. So 3, 2, 1, go. Athletes will have a rower in the end zone. Say I'm athlete 1, I'm going to be seated on the rower, but I can't touch the handle of the rower until the clock goes off. I'm going to start rowing. David is going to have his hand on top of the row monitor at 3, 2, 1, go. When go hits, David's going to take off out the end zone, run a loop around the track. That's 1 lap. When he gets back to the monitor, he touches the top of the monitor gently, not slapping or anything crazy. He's going to gently touch. That's going to release me from the rower to go on a lap around the track. That's 2. I get back, we switch again. 3, switch again. 4. At that point, when I've done 2 laps around the track and you have done 2 laps around the track, that's going to be a score 4 times. So your judge is going to make note on the scorecard of the time for the first 4 laps. That'll be your first score inside of that workout. Does that make sense?
It does. So you're seeing that we have both athletes are working at the same time.
Right.
We complete the 4 laps. That's the score, or the first part of your score in that 6-minute window.
We're going 16-minute window for that. So let's say we get the first 4 laps done in, let's say, 7 minutes, okay? At that point, we still have to run a loop around the track for us to switch on the rower, but the rower, the workout essentially turns into as many calories as you can get in that 16-minute window.
Very cool. So even after we finish the first 4 laps, your run's going to be scored for time.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're going to continue because we kind of transitions to calories, which we've already started to accumulate.
Yep.
You get your 1A and your 1B.
Yep.
Cool.
RX teams and scale teams will do the same distance on the run, and every team will be rowing for calories. So 2 scores there. First 4 laps around the track is 1 score, and that will be 4 time essentially. The other score is from the 0, 3, 2, 1, go to the 16-minute mark is a running total of calories over the 16 minutes. So highest number of calories across the 16 minutes takes the event win.
Awesome.
There is, not to get into too much strategy, but we wanted you guys to run the first 4 laps, or first 2, very, very fast. So we're gonna see some fast athletes, and we're gonna see also some people that game plan, maybe they run slow to take advantage of the row cow. So be thinking about that, you and your team, as you go into that first workout of the day. That'll start at 8 a.m. heat 1. We're gonna get out a heat schedule probably Monday or Tuesday of next week back here in the gym on the whiteboards by the bathroom, so you would know exactly what time each one of your workouts is for the day.
Very cool. Very cool.
So 0 to 16, we got the row, we got the run. We're gonna rest for 4 minutes. From the 16-minute mark to the 20-minute mark, you're gonna be hanging out in the end zone and just waiting for that time. Grab some water, wipe off the arms, do whatever you need to do. At the 20-minute mark, kicks off the event C at the field. There will be a 15-minute time cap on event number C. You with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. All right.
4-minute rest, and then I'm going on to the third part of the first workout and the final part.
Final part. So you'll take the field. When you take the field, you will take the field one time at the workout at the field, and you will essentially come out with 3 scores in a 35-minute window. So lots of points up for grabs on the first part. So we're at the 20-minute mark, 1957, 58, 59, go. At the 20-minute mark, me and you, we're gonna be standing in the end zone, and we're gonna both run to the 20-yard line. There will be a plate, a bumper plate for each one of us. RX men will have a 45-pound plate, RX female will have a 25-pound plate, scaled male 25-pound plate, and all our scaled female divisions will have a 15-pound plate. So each plate per athlete. When I get to the 20-yard line, we're gonna go 20 synchronized burpees to the plate touch. Center on that, pretty simple for the burpees. You'll see that in the video. Chest and thighs hit the ground together at the same time, and then we're gonna jump up to the plate. And your judge will know this. We'll need 4 feet on the plate at the same time before you can go to the next rep of the burpee. So we got run to the 20, each person has a plate, 20 synchronized burpee to plate touch, and then that's the first movement of that one. Once we finish our 20 synchronized burpees to the plate, we're gonna take the plate from the ground, from the 20-yard line, we're gonna place it on the back rack, and we're gonna lunge from the 20 to the 40.
Yep.
So a 20-yard lunge, back rack position. Once we both get to, the lunge does not have to be synchronized. We're just gonna go, each partner has to make their way 20 yards. When we get to the 40-yard line, we're going 40 synchronized ground overhead. So that's gonna turn into like a plate snatch, like a dumbbell snatch with a bumper plate. Synchronized at the bottom and at the top for lockout. You're gonna go 40 on the 40 reps on the 40. Made it easy for you guys. Once you finish the 40 synchronized ground overhead, we're gonna then front rack lunge, the plate, my favorite part. This one's nasty. From the 40 to the next 40-yard line. When you get to the next 40-yard line, you're gonna go 40 more plate ground overheads. When you finish that, the lunge turns into a overhead walking lunge to the next 20-yard line. So we're going from 20 to 40, 40 to 40, 40 to the 20. Now we've got 20 more synchronized burpees to the plate touch. The same thing we did to start the workout, so it's kind of like a sandwich. At the 20-yard line, we'll do your 20 burpees to the plate touch, and then once you finish those, plates go to the ground, sprint to the end zone, time.
You will have cones that are going to set up logistics-wise for you and your team. So each team will have a set of cones of where you're going to be taking that to the next 20-yard mark. So there's no question about how far to go. You're going to stop and end at cones all the way down the field. So this is going to be a cool march, and what I'm hoping for, a pretty cool finish to some heats as well, because you're essentially marching and racing down the field, meeting the standards, of course, which you'll see in the standards videos, but should make for some interesting finishes.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one,
Yeah.
for sure. We'll have a nice transition time back to the gym. About an hour, about 10 o'clock is when the field workout will end. We'll come back to the gym and we'll get ready for event 2, which will be the first event at the gym. So your first workout back at the gym is a couplet. It's a 21-59 reps of synchronized thrusters with a barbell. And the movement in between that will be a 9-6-3 rep scheme of rope climbs. RX guys will go all the way to the ceiling. Actually, all RX teams will go to the ceiling. Our scaled teams on the rope climbs will go to a 12-foot target that'll be taped off on the ropes. Thrusters are synchronized. You guys will see that in the video that we put out. Synchronized at the top of the rep and not at the bottom of the squat. The judge will be looking for full extension of the hips, knees, ankles, shoulders, barbell, stacked nice and high over the head. You'll do 21-59 on the thrusters synchronized. You'll move through the 9-6-3 rep climbs. So let's say you finish that workout in, let's say 6 minutes. You're not done. You've got 3 more minutes to accumulate as many rope climbs as you can between you and your team. So 9-minute window, it's essentially, if you get through the couplet, it turns into an AMRAP rope climbs in remaining time.
If me and Colton were doing this, I'm a much shorter athlete. I'm gonna need to wait on Colton to go through his full range of motion. So kind of be thinking about that, worth some practice before some of these movements, especially the synchro stuff.
We've got synchronized burpees, so you need to practice that. You got synchronized ground to overhead, and then we like to do synchro stuff on teams competition. It makes it so much fun. Synchronized thrusters as well in that second event here. So 9-minute window. If you don't finish the couplet, the 21:15.9, 9:63, that's okay. Your score would just turn into repetitions at that point completed across the workout. We got a tiebreaker on that one too.
Okay.
So each time a set of thrusters is finished, your judge will look at the big clock up here and note a time. So say 2 teams finish the couplet and we both get 5 reps on the rope climb in remaining time, our tie break would come down to the last 9 thrusters completed. So each thruster set that's completed will have a time associated with that in the event of a tie.
Let's say I'm on a team and maybe one or both don't have a rope climb yet, and we don't have a rope climb to the 13 feet. We want to encourage people to still, that tie break time is important. We get those 21 thrusters done as quickly as possible. Absolutely. And although it's recommended that you're alternating with your partner, if one partner has a climb to either that 12 or 15 foot mark, encourage you guys to hop in, and that one partner can work on a rope climb. If it happens to get through the 9 repetitions, then the team could advance on to the next piece.
That's a good point as well. You do not have to go 1 for 1 on the rope climbs. I could do, let's say we're an RX male team, I could do 3 rope climbs and then you could do 3, or I could do 2 and you could do 1. Doesn't matter how you split those reps up. So we wanted to do a little bit different on this one, interval style. So at the CrossFit Games a lot, they do 2-2-2-3 interval style, or some variation of a work interval and then a rest. So today on this last one, we're gonna go 2 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest, another 2 minutes of work, minute rest, 2 minutes of work, a minute rest, and then the last window you're gonna have 3 minutes of work, and that'll take you up until the 12-minute mark. So you've got to buy in every round for RX teams, RX male and female. You'll go synchro 15 burpee box jump overs inside of each one of those windows. So you'll have 4 times that you'll do 15 synchro burpee box jump overs. Once you do get your buy-in of that movement complete, you'll head to the pull-up bar for max reps of synchronized toes to bar. So lots of synchro here. Definitely want to practice those. I think we did some last week, but your workout is complete when your team reaches 60 toes to bar synchronized. So if it takes you 3 windows to finish the 60 repetitions, you do not have to work in the last window. I'm imagining that it's going to take a lot of teams, all 4 of those windows to get to the 60 rep mark. Scale teams will go 10 reps of burpees with either a jump if you want to, or a step over the box. So 10, and then max reps of a hanging toes to waist, and those will be synchronized as well.
Yeah, so time range on those 4 windows is unique too. It's 2-minute windows to start, and you finish with a 3-minute window. Correct?
Absolutely.
So you have 3 rounds of 2 minutes, or you'll do your burpee box jump overs, head to the rig, and then back again at the after that rest period.
Absolutely.
Cool.
And you get 1 minute rest between buy-in each round is 15 burpee box jump overs for the RX teams, and then 10 burpee box step overs. So we're doing burpees twice in one day, but hey, deal with it.
Love it.
It's gonna be fun.
Let's go. Love burpees around here. Very cool. So we end that workout. So essentially, after that workout's completed, it will be a cap. If I finish early, what happens?
If you finish early, you're gonna rest until the 12-minute mark on the clock. If you get capped, your score is just gonna be number of toes to bar. So say you get 41 toes to bar across the 4 time windows of work, then your score will be 41 reps.
Very cool.
Yep.
So, and then we go into a
barbell complex
very cool.
So this will be a 20-minute window. From 0 to 12 will be your couplet burpee box jump overs and toes to bar. At the 12-minute mark, you'll have 8 minutes You and your partner will have one barbell, you'll have a full set of plates, and we're gonna go barbell complex. Ethan is super excited about this one, and so am I, but we're gonna go any variation of a power clean or squat clean. We're gonna go overhead, any variation of a shoulder to overhead. Barbell comes back down to the front rack. We're gonna go front squat, and then another repetition of the shoulder to overhead. They did this complex, it's called the Bella Complex. They did this at the 2021 Rogue Invitational. So if you wanted to go on YouTube and check some of the elite athletes do this complex, really, really cool. But it'll be, once you pick the barbell up, you can't put it back on the ground. So essentially I could go power clean, jerk, front squat, jerk, and then the barbell rest. You can take as many attempts across the 8 minutes as you want. You can change out the loading. So maybe I'm doing 135 and David's doing 185. We can go back and forth as many attempts as you want. You can go up and down. I know some competitions, they say once you hit a certain load on the barbell, you can't take any plates off. We're gonna allow you guys to just work for 8 minutes, as many attempts as you want. Score on that one will be my weight plus David's weight for a combined total.
As far as logistics go, for that one, the only thing I could add is all your weights will be out on the floor, and we're going to ask that there's going to be no fractional plates that are in today, or no even single pound weights. We're going to require teams to go in increments of 5, so you'll have a set of 2.5s out there on each side would be your 5-pound increment if you wanted to get that small. You'll have and Colton has a great list of weights that he's already put together for you guys as far as what's going to be out there and available. That will already be on the floor, so you'll have everything that you need at your station. And for that workout, again, you and your partner are using the same barbell. So that strategy Colton talked about, or even possibly having maybe the person or the athlete, that's lifting lighter, build up to that weight, let them hit a weight, and then athlete 2 continues on past that. Because 8 minutes is a pretty long window. I think the standard for a lot of stuff that we see in the game, the open, that comes up is 4 to 6 minutes. So you're getting lots of time for you and a partner to work.
Yeah, just big thing to note, once the barbell, once we get it off the ground, it's not gonna go back to the ground until that 4th movement, that clean overhead, front squat overhead. You can't go back to the ground until that whole complex is completed.
Very cool.
For sure.
I've got a couple things to close with, but anything else you can think of?
I can't think of anything. If you guys have any questions, I know we went through that pretty quick. Your judges are going to be briefed on everything. And if you have any questions, get with us before showtime.
Awesome. The last piece, check in for this event. Since it is an in-house event, we don't want you guys having to get there super early if you're not working out super early, but we encourage you to come out and support the CV family that is kicking off there at 8 o'clock. What we will have is an opening, we'll say ceremony, where we're kind of opening up and kicking off the event more so. We want you there for that. That's going to start at 7:45. The only thing I want to put some caution out there, if your heat is at 8 or next heat's 8:35-ish, 8:40, somewhere in that range, you guys will see that schedule soon. If you're in one of those early heats, you need to be there a little bit early. The coaches are going to be there at 6:30 setting up. If you're in one of those early heats, I would say like 7:15, 7:30 at the latest. Get there, start warming up, because right after we finish, that kickoff at 7:45, heat 1, you're off. Yeah, and you don't want to be cold starting into a sprint and a hard row for calories. You will feel that for the rest of the day. So be smart with your warm up. That also leads into warm up for the rest of the events. Guys, there's a big reason why we spend 20 to sometimes 30 minutes every day warming up for workouts. That is extremely important. We want you to have fun. We want you to move safe. If you go into workouts cold, it's kind of like the old boxing term. Go into a fight cold, you're going to get knocked out cold. We don't want this to knock you out for the following week of workouts to come. There's lots of volume here. Essentially, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces, I think, total. In this one, we've crammed a lot of good stuff in there. You guys have done an awesome job with it, but make sure 20 to 30 minutes before each one of your warm-ups, you are warming up your body temperature. You're taking yourself through ranges of motion that are gonna support the movements that you're gonna do. If we're hanging from the rig, you guys know in warm-up, we're always doing things like scap retractions, kip swings, that that kind of stuff to warm up our shoulders. If we're lifting heavy weights, we're gonna work our way through those ranges of motion, especially in squats and overhead presses. Be thinking about those things. If you have questions like this next coming week, really encourage you to get with your coach, whoever your regular coach is, and we can help you with those warm-ups. I think that's one of the most important things that we need to do, but probably the most missed. It's easy, especially when we get into lots of volume. We get tired towards the end of the day. Those warm-ups get harder and harder to do inside. So we really want to encourage you guys, everyone, to do that. Next, standards videos. Again, reminder, all those will come out for individual workouts. Last and most importantly, we just want you guys to remember, and we hope that the CV family values the culture that we have here. I don't know if being around and going to lots of different places, lots of different gyms early on in like my CrossFit journey, man, we are so blessed with the culture that we have. We truly are, and we want to cling to that. We'll fight for it tooth and nail. What that means is that we're all, even at our in-house competitions, if we're at competitions away, that we are demonstrating the whole time the values that we hold the closest, which is humble, hungry, happy. If you've not heard those before and you don't know what they mean, it is kind of how we live. It's how we coach. It's how we work out. It's why we keep the family atmosphere that we so dearly love as coaches and as the CV family. So as you guys go through your workouts, having fun, number one, supporting your team, supporting the other athletes is number one. Judges are going to be there. They're going to help you hold to standards. What the judges say during the workouts, we want you to accept that and kind of move on and treat everyone next to you. This is family here, especially the workouts, but in-house workouts and away, just know that you're representing Clinch Valley CrossFit, and this is one of the first off-site locations that we get to go and kind of demonstrate what a great team that we have here. So we're super excited about that.
Is it Saturday yet?
No, let's go. Hey, can't wait to see you guys soon. If you have any questions, please in the comments, start letting it flow. Call us, coaches in class. We're all here to help you guys have the best time and the best workouts.
Sweet.
All right.
Nice.